Why would the fire department?
Welcome, everyone, tonight. Glad you're here. Let's call our meeting to order. Lori?
You went back there.
Okay, we'll wait on her. We'll wait on Lori. We're still signing. Here we are. All right. Let's begin our meeting with prayer and pledge of allegiance. Council Catcher, would you lead us, please?
Let us pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that you bless us with. Father God, I pray that all that's said and done here tonight bring honor and glory to you, and let us do your will and do the people's business. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
John Ketcher.
Here?
Toya Shropshire.
Here.
Dennis Smith.
Here.
Steve Smith.
Here.
Randy Cheatwood.
Here.
Brandon Breckfield. Chris Gombier.
Here.
Laura Seaver.
Here.
Item 2, petitions from the audience. I know of none. We'll go to item 3, department head reports. Building inspector, no report today. Emergency management, Mr. Johnny Jansen.
The only thing I wanted to say is we've done our annual maintenance today on our storm sirens, or some of them. Let me rephrase that. I didn't do it. I watched it. The MUB gentleman was nice enough to go do all the hard work. So they went around, checked all the ones we was having issues with, seeing what was needed. We do have 2 that are down. One is behind Doki Doki on Elliott, and the other one's on the west side by Oak Street. And one of them just needing batteries, which we'll get them ordered tomorrow. And then the other one, we may have to have someone come look at it. But we're going to do some, I'm telling you all this because we're going to do some extra testing tomorrow at noon. They'll probably go off more than once because we're going to try to make sure, see if we can figure out what's wrong with the one on the west side, why it's not working. So if you hear the sirens going off 2 or 3 times tomorrow, it'll be around noon, but if they go off 2 or 3 times, it's not something to be concerned
So
about.
that'll be a heat NATO, right?
Yeah, there's no worries about thunderstorms, I don't think.
I wish we'd get one.
I think you're good.
Would you like to speak to us about drought?
Yeah, we're in moderate drought right now. The new, they have a thing called the National Drought Monitor, which they keep track of that, and they put it out every Thursday. Right now, Mays County and Pryor is in moderate drought. I suspect that this Thursday we'll probably move up to the severe drought. If it's not this Thursday, it'll be the next one. So, drought is definitely going to be an issue. It doesn't look like there's any relief in sight in the near future. So, fires have not been too bad yet. The fire department's been really good about getting on them quick and getting them out. Luckily, the wind has been, in our favor. It's not been too bad. But starting tomorrow, the wind's going to start picking up for the next week. So we'll move into the high fire categories tomorrow and probably throughout the rest of the weekend.
Very good. So everybody watch out, don't burn.
Don't burn, please.
Thank you, Johnny.
Bet.
Fire department, report, golf course, Dennis Bowman.
Good evening, everyone. I'll give a short report because I wasn't really prepared to do a report, but I want to let you know things have been really good at the golf course, other than my pump station's been giving us a lot of trouble. So we'll discuss that, I think, a little bit later. But our rounds are still really good, even with this heat. Saturday, we had like 88 paid rounds. Sunday, we had 83. So we're still really busy, and but people are just giving us a lot of praises on the condition of our golf course. So we have an upcoming tournament. Locust Grove is holding theirs Saturday. It's a little benefit tournament for their quarterback club. And then a week from this coming Friday, we have the Lions night tournament. So it's already filled up. The Lions night tournament's already filled up. So it's a fun event, and we'll raise some money for the Lions Club. Other than that, things are going good. It's hot. We're just, it takes a lot of water and this time of year, and so it's all we can do, take care of what we got. Any questions?
Thank you, Dennis. Library, Ms. Carrie Raritt.
Hi, you guys have your half sheet with our statistics. This one's a little different than the normal one because I included the entire fiscal year for the 21-22 fiscal year and compared it to the year before. Our numbers are down, but that's not a surprise. Everything has been wild and woolly with the library, so I'm pleased that they're not like vastly different between this last fiscal year and the one we had before. And I was very excited to see that our door count from July to February, which is all the data I have for this last fiscal year, was actually 3,000 people more than the year before. So I think that bodes well for when we get back into our building and get, our workflow and a sense of normalcy for us. And then you also have, in the last column, you have the June numbers if you wanted to know what it was like last month. So, do you guys have any questions for me?
Thank you very much.
All right, next week is the last week of summer readings, if you haven't turned in your stuff.
Turn in your
Thursday.
stuff. Thank you, Carrie. Item F, Parks and Cemetery, no report. Police, Animal Shelter, Chief Nichols.
Just a couple of brief items tonight, Mayor. Of course, the heat is getting hotter. A lot of times our activity picks up. People's tempers get short, so it seems to be a busy time for us. We're also experiencing some larcenies, car burglaries and things of that nature, and they particularly hit the south end just recently. But it's not just the south end. We experience those all over town, so we're in the process now implementing some new tactics, trying some different things to see if we can alleviate that problem. So we'll be working on that. We've also had some questions or concerned people about the new emergency services center in the parking lot when school starts over there. Possibly is our parking lot going to cause a traffic issue or whatever over there, but by that time we should have the fence up over there at that time, so that shouldn't really be an issue over there with that for the people that are concerned, if anybody asks you. So, and that's kind of where we're at, unless you all have any questions tonight.
How are we doing on the dog shelter? We eradicated the problem we was having.
We pretty well have, but who knows what the future's going to bring for us, but we're trying to get back to normal out there. And with this heat and the way it is, if people do not vaccinate their dogs, we could have another outbreak of distemper out there. So that's just something we have to learn to deal with and deal with it the best way we can. They've done an excellent job out there, and hopefully we'll get back to normal. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Item H, Rec Center, Jessica Tiger.
I don't really have anything, just want to let you know, we're still kind of pretty steady for the summer. We had over 200 members, or new members last month, and we are retaining still 80%. We will probably see that fall a little bit next month with kids that have had memberships for the pool and the basketball gym. But we're seeing an increase too. I was on the desk a little bit today for Brittany, and I think I signed up in my short time up there, I signed up 10. A lot of them are moving in, they've never been in before. A couple from Colorado and another couple from out of state. So, I'm happy with the numbers. We do have a leak that now that it's dry, it may have been there for a while and we just haven't noticed it, possible sewer leak. So waiting on S&J to kind of figure out what that's going to entail, and we'll get that fixed.
Is that out on the front lawn?
It's actually on the southeast corner by the employee door. He
Okay.
thinks something may be clogged between there, so we'll see.
Opportunities?
Yes, I'll keep you updated.
Questions?
Have you had many swimmers?
Yes, we've had a lot of swimmers. And I had a lot of people come in today wanting to swim, and we're not open on Monday and Tuesday, so I'm hoping that by this time next year we can stock up on guards and be prepared. We are going to have to close the pool a week early for a weekday swim. It'll close July 29th instead of August 5th because our guards are all college age and they're going back to school. But we have had a lot of swimmers, so a lot of grandparents bringing kids in, and it's been busy.
Is the reason it's closed on Mondays and Tuesdays because of lack of lifeguards?
And what we've done is use that time when we don't have lifeguards to do our group swim lessons. And so we've still got a lot of kids in the pool. I reported to the board, she made $1,900, I think, this month in group swim lessons alone. So we're still utilizing it, we're still bringing in revenue, but that's with our swim instructors, not our lifeguards. So, but we still are able to do Wednesday through Sunday, which is better than what we were afraid we were gonna have. So it worked out pretty well. And of course, our goal next summer will be 7 days a week, but we'll just kind of see when we get there.
Very good. Thank you so much. Street Department, Mr. Buddy Glenn. By the way, I had a ribbon cutting to go to right before 4 o'clock, driving down Elliott Street, and there was a bunch of debris that had spilled out of somebody's vehicle there, and I placed a call. And the Street Department did a wonderful job of getting over there in short notice and getting that cleaned up. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. We just kind of scattered it all over the road with nobody could see and kind of spread the love a little bit.
Y'all did a great job.
Thank you. Well, we've done some concrete work here in the last couple of weeks. We finished up over at Southeast 8th Place and Van. We got that intersection done. It's been needing for a while. Southeast 6th and Van, the intersection there on 6th Street that goes on to Van, we've got 2/3 of it done. We're pouring the last half tomorrow, and it'll sit for 4 or 5 days, and then we'll open it up, and then that section there will be done. We poured some concrete on some sections over on Southeast 17th. There's a couple spots. There was one on the west side of 17th over there by, I think it's Will Road, and then there was another one over just south of Lincoln School across that we dug it out and poured that. Let's see, in Dog Pound, we've had some soft spots come up with that. We've been finding a few heavy trucks, been sneaking down through there, driving on that little old chip road. But we are catching up with the soft spots, so we're just leaving it on there for right now. On Southwest 29th, there is a couple places on there that we dug out and redone the base on that, and we've got one other little place that we've got to go down and saw and dig out. And once we get that done, it should be good for a while. I mean, it seems like it started up by the railroad tracks, but it just kept moving west. Now we're finally getting to some solid road now. So with it being dry, we're finally able to get down some of the major drainages, the bigger ones that usually stand wet for a while that we hadn't been able to get to here lately. We are getting those. Sidewalk we started a section of sidewalk on North Row. I know I've had, some other people call, want to know when they're going to get theirs done. Everybody's just going to have to be patient because, again, we're trying to please everybody. We do some, we'll move on and get them, but eventually, may take a while to get all of them done, but I mean, eventually we'll get the bad spots and get those fixed. We did maybe find some paint over in Tulsa at Graniger. So we went and talked to them today, and they said if they can get it, that it would either be, if they have some in stock, we can get it within a week, and if not, if they have to make it, it'll be 30 days. So, but at least it sounds positive where we can get some paint, because we have to look, and of course, then to top it all off with, we'll come back out and the state went through there and marked all theirs. Of course, I couldn't get a hold of nobody, find out where they was getting their stuff, but anyway, we did find some down through there. So hopefully that'll be a place that we can start getting our paint every year, because like I said, it's just being hard. Other than that, some things like Mayor, we've got some calls in about some limbs and trash and things like that. We just, like I said, staying busy trying to keep the guys hydrated and trying to find some shade trees for them to work under on some of them sidewalks. But other than that, everything's going pretty good down there. Hadn't gotten anybody down from the heat yet, but and I know we've got over there off of between Irving and Kauai Street. I was mentioning Mr. Gunther told tonight that area between that walkway's growed out. So if we get any calls on that, probably tomorrow if we pour concrete, I'll get a couple of guys go down through there and trim that before it gets real hot. But other than that, just staying busy. Any
Questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. We'll move on to item 4, Mayor's Report. A, discussion possible action regarding approval of contract between Independent School District Number 1 of Mays County, Oklahoma, and the City of Pryor Creek, Oklahoma for the 2022-2023 school year, which will include a fourth resource officer for Jefferson Elementary, which will provide an officer at each school within the district. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Ketcher, second Chitwood. Chief, would you like to speak to this, please?
I'm here to answer any questions you might have. We're excited that we were able to partner with the school district again this year, and now we should have an officer available at each one of the schools, which before we had one officer that had to go back and forth between a couple of schools, but now we'll be able to place one at each school. So if there is some issue, hopefully we can have a quicker response.
This is a cooperative effort with Pryor Public Schools.
Yes, it
and-
is.
And with the city. And so very successful we've been with the other schools. Now we were able to have an officer at each one of the schools.
Yes.
We, look like it's $240,000 this year. What was it last year?
180,000, I believe.
Okay, so that they added to their
Additional, yes.
budget? Okay, all right.
Yes, they just.
That's
added-
correct, 180.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Other
Any
questions?
Sounds good.
Other questions? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Call for vote?
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
All right. You have an addendum in front of you, and if we could draw our attention to that addendum at this time. And I am trying to find my copy, if I could borrow yours, please. I was shuffling the papers before I came in here, and I must have left it on my desk. Item 1, discussion and possible action regarding the resignation of Ward 3 City Council Member Brianna Brakefield, effective July 17, 2022, term expiring May 23rd. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Shropshire, second Nance. Ms. Brakefield did move out of the city limits, and so that's the reason why she is tendering her resignation. Other discussion?
I'd like to thank her for all the work she's done. She's on a lot of committees and really done a fine job. She's been a really good asset to the city.
Here, here.
Yes.
Call for vote?
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 on the addendum, discussion possible action regarding appointment of Brianna Brakefield to seat number 1 of the Planning Zoning Board of Adjustment / Multi-Hazard Mitigation Committee, term expiring August 31st, 2024, with immediate effect.
Motion.
Second.
Motion Chitwood, second Smith. Discussion? I think it's important that we have an attorney on that committee, and Brianna was very willing to serve. Other discussion? Call for vote?
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5, City Attorney's Report. There is no report today. Item 6, discussion possible action on consent agenda. Item A, approval minutes, July 5, 2022 council meeting. Item B, approve payroll purchase orders through July 22nd, 2022. Item C, approve claims for purchase orders through July 19, 2022. Item D, acknowledge receipt of deficient purchase orders. Item E, approve May 2022 appropriations requests. Item F, discussion possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $5,496.55 to Granicus, formerly GovQA, for annual community development services from general software account 02-201-5260. Item G, discussion possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $88,503 to OMAG for property insurance policy PRO 140003307 from general insurance / property account 02-201-5045. Item H, discussion possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $71,278 to OMAG for general liability / auto policy number GLA 140001707 from general insurance fleet account 02-201-5043. Item I, discussion possible action regarding proposal as presented from Coker & Coker Incorporated, including an expenditure of $26,800 for fiscal year ending June 30, 2023 from general outside services accounting account 02-201-5073. Item J, discussion possible action regarding reappointment of Pamela Buffington to seat number 3 of the Park Board, term expiring 7/31, 2025. Item K, discussion possible action regarding expenditure in the amount of $16,392.45 to Vermont Systems for Pryor Creek Recreation Center software for July 1st, 2022 to June 30, 2023 from Computer Tech Support account 84845-5046. Excuse me. Item L, discussion possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $120,850 to the National Fitness Campaign. Funds will be partially reimbursed by the National Fitness Campaign Grant Funding Award in the amount of $30,000 and local sponsorships totaling $60,000, with the remainder from Recreation Capital Outlay account, equipment account 84845-5410. Item M, discussion possible action regarding an emergency expenditure in the amount of $3,730.50 to Casca LLC for repairs to the Graham Community Center kitchen ceiling from general repair and maintenance account 02-201-5091. Item N, discussion possible action regarding hiring Miriam Treese to fill the open part-time library assistant computer lab position at the Tom Shea Harrison Public Library effective July 25th, 2022. This position is budgeted at $10.11 per hour per the pay plan. Item O, discussion possible action regarding hiring of James Boswell as A operator to the Street Department, Range D, Step 1, annual wage $36,400, effective August 1st, 2022.
Mr. Mayor, would you make an announcement on those, like G, H, I, and K out, that will be coming out of next year's budget?
Yes, they will be coming out of next year's budget. This is a consent agenda. Are there items that council would like to remove?
A,
Item A,
G, H, O, and possibly L, just for discussion so people would know what it is.
you would like to remove item L, is correct?
Yes.
Very good. Are there other items? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to approve all those not removed.
Motion.
Second.
Motion Ketcher, second Gantier. Call for vote?
Smith,
Yes.
yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Nance.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item A, approved minutes of July 5, 2022 council meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion Ketcher, second Shropshire. Discussion? Call for vote.
Chitwood,
Abstain.
Gantier.
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Nance.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item G, discussion possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $88,503 to OMAG for property insurance policy PRO 140003307 from general insurance property account 02-201-5045. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Chitwood, second Smith. Discussion.
Yes, I was noticing on the proposed budget that we have yet to approve, that there's only $61,000 and, well, $61,055 being proposed for that budget item. And yet this is a $88,503 expense, week 3. Are we going to be reflecting that in a new budget?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Okay, so that's going to have to be, okay.
yes, that will have to be changed. Also, we pay that in quarterly installments. Is that not correct?
We've been paying it all.
We've been paying all of it at once? Okay. If we have the ability to pay it in quarterly installments, we have the money, we pay it all at once. Other discussion? Call for vote.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Petra,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Hance.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item H, discussion and possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $71,278 to OMAG for general liability auto policy GLA 140001707 from general insurance fleet account 022015043. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion Chitwood, second Shropshire. Discussion.
Yes, on this item, it's calling for $71,278. Again, the proposal for the budget is $26,737 on that one. Are we also going to make another change?
So the $71,278 to OMAG, that is divided into different departments. So we'll have some of that in street department, we'll have some of that in, out of the general fund. So the proposed budget is still a work in progress. And so to answer your question, yes, it'll be changed on the final proposal.
Okay, because my concern was, you know, not having the right amount budgeted for that line item.
Right.
So is it are we gonna build that line up, or are we gonna disperse it over the places where it's actually?
No, it'll be dispersed appropriately. It'll be dispersed appropriately, and then in the general fund budget, it will be appropriately dispersed there as well.
Should we amend that to state that?
I'm not sure that that's necessary, because that's what we do. So this is an approval. This is an approval out of that one line item account, but we're not prepared tonight to make that division from the different accounts, from street, so we'll divide that up into fire, into police, into parks. So we'll divide that up into the different areas that it applies.
So we may be pulling from other budget places to put in there for that adjustment?
Correct. But the total,
Okay, all right.
yeah, but the total will be that
Okay.
amount.
My concern was we wasn't budgeted for that amount, and I didn't understand where that was coming from.
Very good. Appreciate the question. Anything, any other discussion? Call for vote.
Seaver,
Yes.
Petra,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Hance.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item L, discussion and possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $120,850 to the National Fitness Campaign. Funds will be partially reimbursed to the National Fitness Campaign Grant Funding Award in the amount of $30,000 and local sponsorships totaling $60,000, with the remainder from Recreation Capital Outlay Equipment Account 848455410. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Chitwood, second Smith. Discussion.
I just thought it would be a good opportunity for you to explain what's going on that.
Sure. So this is a project that we've been working on, I've been working on since a year ago, April, trying to get funding, trying to get sponsorships. And so we've been building up to this. It was in the budget for $155,000. This is the first step. We will also have a concrete slab, which I'm talking to Steve Powell right now, and we'll get that bid out, and then we'll have to figure out who's doing the assembly. So we made sure to budget for enough money. But anyway, so this is step one. Once this is approved, I can get a PO number to them. We can get the fitness court ordered. But what this is, it's a free outdoor workout place for people to come. And it will be on the southeast corner of the rec in the front grass right there. And we've kind of laid it out. It's going to be a real nice place for people. There's some shade, and then the building will block the north wind. So it gives them an outdoor workout facility. They'll have an app they can use for free that will tell them how to work out. And there's 7 different stations. We can also host classes there for free. We can let Thunderbird utilize it, the school utilize it. So it's a way for us to give back to the community, promote health in the community, and not charge anybody. And then, of course, it's right there on our facility, so hopefully they will come in and like what they see and decide to join at some point. But the point is just to kind of partner with the community and offer a place for them to work out.
So that's a little spot where that tree is.
It'll line up identical with the columns out front by the landscaping, will be the front of it. And there'll be a front wall that we will have art on, which will come before you all at some point, the board, and then you all to decide on what that looks like. So when they pull up, they'll see that artwork, and then it will be behind that, and it'll just be a square area right there. So there'll still be the sitting area under the shade trees for them to sit, and the sidewalk out front will connect right to it.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll have all the parking lot out front for everyone. It'll be lit. We'll have the digi cameras on it for security, so it'll be a safe. We looked at, they actually did a survey to figure out the safest, best place in Pryor, and so they looked at Whitaker, they looked at Centennial, but ultimately they felt like the site feasibility study said that the rec center would be better, just because we could manage and maintain it and keep an eye on it, and then also host classes and events and things like that. So I'm excited about it. I've been working a very long time on it, so I'm excited that we're almost here, and it could be done as early as October if we don't have an issue with shipping and all of that, so.
I don't think you're gonna have a problem with rain, so.
Yeah, no, that shouldn't be a problem
Not for
at
now.
all.
So the National Fitness Campaign, it's exactly that. It's all over the country. It's all over the country, and I think there are, a couple of these items in Oklahoma City. There's one in Okmulgee, which we went to see when we were talking about that over a year ago. And so then there would be the one here in Pryor, and I think Claremore is also trying to get on board.
Yes, they are. So Claremore and Pryor will be the first in this area to have one before Tulsa, so.
But we gotta make sure we get ours done first.
I told them that.
Gotta beat the
I
zebras.
said, you guys, we gotta pick this up.
Beat the
Yeah,
zebras.
yeah.
So therefore, I'm pushing it as quickly as I can. That's my goal.
Other discussion? Thank you, Jessica. Call for vote.
Ketcher,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Nance.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier.
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Item O, discussion and possible action regarding rehire of James Boswell as A operator to the Street Department, Range D, Step 1, annual wage $36,400, effective August 1st, 2022. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Smith, second Chitwood. Discussion.
Is this a new position? I mean, are we adding an extra person, or is he filling in?
He's
a
filling
spot?
in.
So we lost one.
Right, buddy, we lost one.
Yeah, correct, we had one quit, and we went out and advertised. This is the most qualified one we had from the back.
Okay, so this is a replacement, not a new.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
correct.
So it should fall within the budget
Yeah,
then.
it's already a budgeted item.
It is a budget item.
Okay. That was my question.
Other discussion? Hearing none, call for vote.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Nance.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier.
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 7, committee reports. Budget personnel, Brakefield, budget personnel, Shropshire.
Nothing at this time. We'll have our regular scheduled meeting second Tuesday of next month,
Thank you.
9th.
Yes, that'll be on August the 9th. Very good. Ordinance insurance, Mr. Shropshire.
We have 2 or 3 things working right now. We're trying to find a time that all of us are in town at the same time, so we'll get that scheduled.
Very good. Item C, Street Department, Mr. Smith.
Working on some stuff for next week. Meeting.
Very good. I do have an unforeseeable item. I handed out an item to you that I prepared very quickly because we had some pump motors go out at our golf course. Dennis Bowman quickly turned the wheels to get some quotes on pump motors. And I have an item that I've created, and it actually is a little different than my hen scratch that I handed out to you. It is this, discussion and possible action regarding accepting the low bid for 3 pump motors from GPM in the amount of $18,810.63. You want to write that down, $18,810.63. From repair and maintenance account 41-415-5092. Other bids received, $32,868.69 from Pumps and Motors and Controls Incorporated, $27,562.50 from Busby Pump and Supply LLC, $28,950 from Site One Landscape Supply. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion Shropshire, second Smith. Dennis, would you like to comment?
Yes, so the last week, the pump station has been giving us a lot of issues, and so I had the pump station repair guy come out, and we thought something in the control panel. But at 12 o'clock today, I found out it was our pump motors. I got three 360 horsepower motors. That's how we pump the water out of the river to the golf course. And he said 2 of them's completely bad, and the other one won't last long. So I'm just hanging on with the thread with the one motor right now. And so there's,
These are pumps that we just replaced a little while back?
we replaced these in 2019, the motors, just the motors. The pumps are good. They're kind of 2 separate deals, right? The electric motor and the pump. We did replace those in 2019.
And they're not under warranty anymore?
No, they don't last. And they're in a rough environment, in the water, in the river, so, 3 to 5 years is kind of what we typically see out of them. These didn't seem to last very long. I don't know why, they put a new high line across the river, and, you get surges, and I don't know, that stuff is, I'm not an electrician, but I know that stuff's not good on it, so I don't know why they didn't last that long, but they're bad. So I was literally out in the river holding the wires up out of the river so he can check them. We had all the power off and everything, so it's quite the deal. So we've been fighting it, like I said, for a week. So and today he tested them. He said, "You got 2 of them for sure, but I didn't want you to turn." So, and then our only other option is use city water, and that's kind of like fighting a brush fire with a little water hose out there, because we don't have the volume and the pressure to run city water, to run those sprinklers. We can kind of keep our greens alive, but that's all we can do. Our golf course is in real good shape right now, so we can't let it regress, I have, to be able to water the tees, that this heat is, and drought that we're in, that thing takes a lot of water, so. I can get by with 1 motor, but he said this one's on the last leg, and so it's a job to pull that thing out of the river. It is a major job, just to get it out of the river, and you gotta put the 3 motors in, put them back in, so.
Do you know what brand motors were the ones that went bad pretty quickly?
They were, the last ones we put in, I think, were the Franklin motors.
And which motors were they bidding?
The SEI motors are, so they, I don't mind going with the less expensive motors, because the Franklin's kind of the best motor, typically when you're doing this stuff, when you talk around everybody, Franklin Electric motors are the best, but they didn't last any longer than, there's some other brands, Hitachi and the SEI, and so I think these motors will be fine, but, even at 18,000, I think whatever it is, that's cost us 9,000 a year. If they only last 2 years, that's still not bad to pump all the water we need. So
What's the expected turnaround to get that job done?
that's gonna just be, how quick we can get the motors. He said they're in stock. Don't know, of course, that changes daily, they say, so getting the motors here, it takes me about a day to pull the thing out and then another day to probably put them back in. So probably a 2-day turnaround.
So possibly by the end of the week or first of next?
Well, it'll be probably next week before I even get the motors, because shipping them here. And if I have to drive to Oklahoma City or somewhere, I'll sure go get them, no big deal.
Do we know what the balance is in that account currently?
That is a budget that was approved. There's $35,000 in that,
Okay. Okay,
in that line item.
thank you.
And we had budgeted 6,000 for a motor in capital improvements,
In capital outlay.
capital outlay, yeah. I knew I was gonna, I try to I know those motors are coming, so we budgeted 6 for one, and,
Surprise.
yeah, now we need 3.
So opportunity.
Right, we have good motors again.
Other discussion? Call for vote?
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Petra,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Order those tonight if you can, Dennis.
Texting right now.
Item 9,
Motion.
motion to adjourn, Mr. Ketcher.
Second.
And second, Mr. Smith. Call for vote?
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Petra,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Motion carries. We'll call to order Pryor Public Works Authority. Item 2, approval of minutes of July 5th, 2022 meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion Ketcher, second Smith. Call for vote.
Chipwood,
Abstain.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Petra,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3, unforeseeable business. I know of none. Item 4, adjourn.
Motion.
Motion Ketcher,
Second.
second Smith. Call for vote.
Gantier,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Petra,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Nance,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Chipwood,
Yes.
That minor.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.